When the envelope was opened and the words "Live with Kelly and Mark" rang out across the Dolby Ballroom, the audience erupted. Kelly Ripa's eyes widened, Mark Consuelo's clutched her hand, and for a brief second the famously quick-witted host was speechless. Then came the joyous disbelief, laughter, tears, and the kind of hug that said everything words couldn't. The 2025 Daytime Emmys had seen its share of emotional victories, but this one felt especially earned. After all, Live with Kelly and Mark wasn't just a talk show. It was a morning ritual for millions, a fusion of humor, heart, and the effortless chemistry of two people whose real-life marriage spilled into the studio with unfiltered charm. The road to the Emmy. For Kelly Ripa, the moment was nearly 3 decades in the making. She's hosted the syndicated juggernaut through more incarnations than most TV shows survive. Live with Regis and Kelly, Live with Kelly, Live with Kelly and Michael, Live with Kelly and Ryan, and finally, the partnership that felt inevitable, Live with Kelly and Mark. When Mark Consuelos officially joined his wife on air in 2023, fans were divided at first. Would their marriage survive daily TV together? Would the spark translate? Within weeks, those doubts melted away. Their natural banter, playful, intimate, occasionally argumentative, became the show's soul. The couple transformed the morning landscape, delivering relatable authenticity that no scripted act could imitate. "It's funny," Kelly said backstage, still clutching the Golden Emmy. "When Mark joined the show, people kept asking, 'What if you two fight on camera?' And I told them, 'Oh, you mean, what if we act like a normal married couple?'" Mark grinned beside her, adding, "And look where all that fighting got us, straight to the Emmys." A new kind of daytime. The talk show world has always been a battlefield of charm and stamina. Between Kelly Clarkson's powerhouse presence, Drew Barrymore's warmth, and Sherry Shepherd's boldness, competition was fierce this season. Yet Live with Kelly and Mark stood out by embracing imperfection. Their formula wasn't about overproduced segments or flashy celebrity interviews. It was about connection. They shared the kind of conversations you'd have over coffee, except one of them was a soap opera alum who occasionally broke into Spanish mid-sentence, and the other was a comic dynamo with laser-sharp timing. This year, producers doubled down on spontaneity. The show introduced a couples confessional segment where Kelly and Mark invited guests, celebrity pairs, longtime friends, even studio audience members, to share candid stories about love, family, and miscommunication. It was equal parts comedy and therapy, and audiences adored it. "We realized people don't want polished perfection," Kelly said in a recent interview. "They want to see people being real, so we just leaned into that maybe too much," she joked. But hey, it worked. Behind the scenes of a power couple. Winning an Emmy wasn't just validation for the on-air duo. It was a triumph for the production team behind them. Executive producer Michael Gelman, who's shepherded Live since the Regis Philbin era, beamed as he accepted his own share of praise. "They've reinvented what it means to do a live talk show," Gelman said. "Kelly and Mark don't just host, they invite. You feel like you're sitting in their kitchen, hearing about the fight they had over the thermostat. And somehow, it's compelling television." Insiders credit the show's success to the couple's commitment to authenticity, even when it gets messy. When Mark accidentally revealed on air that he and Kelly once had a FaceTime ritual while working long distance, social media exploded. Instead of backtracking, they laughed it off and turned it into a running gag. "They know how to take a cringe moment and make it universal," said media critic Ava D'Amico. "That's their magic. They show you it's okay to be human." The Emmy night magic. On Emmy night, the couple walked the red carpet in perfect contrast. Kelly in a shimmering ivory gown that caught the light with every movement, Mark in a classic black tuxedo, effortlessly suave. The press line buzzed as they paused to greet reporters, joking that their children had given them strict instructions not to embarrass the family during acceptance speeches. "We already failed that test by just showing up," Kelly quipped. When the Outstanding Daytime Talk Series category arrived late in the ceremony, the competition was fierce. The nominees, The Kelly Clarkson Show, The Drew Barrymore Show, Tamron Hall, and The Jennifer Hudson Show, had all mounted strong seasons. But the chemistry between Kelly and Mark, bolstered by ratings that surged nearly 15% this year, was undeniable. As presenter Lonnie Love opened the envelope and announced the winner, Kelly clapped her hands over her mouth, tears forming instantly. Mark stood frozen for a heartbeat, then pulled her into a spontaneous kiss as the audience rose for a standing ovation. On stage, Kelly led the charge with her trademark wit. "Wow," she began, her voice trembling slightly. "We want to thank everyone who thought it was a good idea to let a married couple work together every day. Clearly, therapy does pay off." Mark added, "And thank you to our kids, who finally have proof that mom and dad aren't just talking to themselves on TV." The laughter rolled through the room, but underneath the jokes was something deeper: pride, gratitude, and a sense of full-circle destiny. A victory beyond television. For the Ripa Consuelos family, the win felt like a homecoming. The show wasn't just filmed in New York, it was about New York. From featuring Broadway casts to celebrating small businesses and spotlighting everyday heroes, Live with Kelly and Mark captured the rhythm of the city that raised both their careers. "They're like the Empire State Building of daytime TV," said a fan waiting outside the studio the next morning. "Always there, always shining, and somehow still romantic." Indeed, the following day's broadcast was a celebration. The audience was packed with fans waving handmade signs. "We woke up with you, now you woke up Emmy winners." Kelly and Mark strutted onto the stage, mock polishing their Emmy as disco lights flickered. "Guess who didn't sleep last night?" Kelly announced, holding up the trophy like Simba in The Lion King. "This little golden baby hasn't left our sight." Mark joked, "We're co-parenting the Emmy now. It stays on my nightstand on even days." Their easy humor turned the morning after episode into a love letter to fans and crew alike. They shared bloopers, behind-the-scenes clips of staff celebrating, and even surprise messages from past co-hosts and guests, including Ryan Seacrest, who sent a congratulatory video from his radio studio. "You guys did it, and without me spilling coffee on the teleprompter this time." Changing the daytime game. What makes Live with Kelly and Mark's victory especially significant is how it redefines the talk show model in a post-pandemic world. While other shows leaned into heavy production or virtual interviews, Live thrived by emphasizing connection. Segments like Live's View from Home brought in fans via video calls to share their own stories, from small-town bakers to newlyweds to proud grandparents. The blend of celebrity guests and real-world narratives gave the show a freshness few competitors matched. Television analyst Jordan Kincaid summarized it best. "Kelly and Mark are selling comfort, but it's intelligent comfort. You're laughing, but you're also seeing a modern marriage navigate work, love, and life in real time. That's cultural gold." From soap sets to the Emmy stay. It's poetic, really, that the pair who met on the set of All My Children, where they played lovers Haley and Mateo, are now Emmy winners together. Their on-screen romance once captivated daytime audiences, and decades later, their off-screen bond has done the same. Backstage, Kelly reflected on that journey. "We were just two kids who fell in love doing a soap opera. I never thought we'd still be on daytime television, together 30 years later. It's surreal." Mark smiled at her, replying softly, "I always knew she'd win an Emmy. I just wanted to make sure I was standing next to her when it happened." It was one of those quotes destined to be replayed for years, the kind of line that cements why fans root for them both on and off screen. Looking ahead, what's next for Live? After the Emmy high, the team behind Live with Kelly and Mark isn't slowing down. Rumor has it the show plans a primetime special later this year, a mix of comedy sketches, interviews, and travel moments featuring the couple exploring Italy, and, no doubt, arguing adorably over directions. Producers are also experimenting with digital extensions, a behind-the-scenes podcast titled Live After Live, and a mini YouTube series where Kelly and Mark attempt to master TikTok trends, which Kelly insists she'll absolutely fail at. Their ability to evolve while staying true to themselves is what keeps Live timeless. In a media landscape obsessed with reinvention, Kelly and Mark's secret is deceptively simple. Be real, be funny, and never be afraid to share a little too much. The last word. As the 2025 Daytime Emmy Awards drew to a close, the golden statuette in Kelly Ripa's hand shimmered like a symbol of more than just television excellence. It represented endurance, evolution, and the rare magic that happens when personal and professional worlds collide gracefully, or sometimes, not so gracefully, but always authentically. Standing side by side, Kelly and Mark proved that love and laughter can still win in the morning. "Here's the truth," Kelly said in her final backstage remark. "Every day we wake up, put on makeup, drink too much coffee, and talk to the world. But today the world talked back, and it said, 'We see you.'" And for the millions who have shared their mornings with Live with Kelly and Mark, that golden Emmy wasn't just a trophy. It was a toast to connection, to joy, and to the beautifully imperfect art of being human together.